Yeah.
You think I should tell people what they're listening to every time? Or they know?
Yeah.
Okay.
They should.
Yeah. Hey, welcome back to another episode of If This Doesn't Work. Since it's like the very beginning, I probably shouldn't finish it. Najee, what up?
What's up?
Oh, not much, dude. We just watched that guy self-immolate.
Yeah. Self-deletion.
Yeah.
For YouTube terms.
Yeah. If you guys had, Mike just saw it for the first time as well. He didn't even hear about it.
How long did you think it was going to last? Once
It lasted a lot longer than I thought it
Let
did.
me tell people what self-immolation is.
Okay.
Self-immolation is when you set yourself on fire in like a ceremonial suicide.
Yeah, everyone knows that. I knew that when you said that.
Well, there's a famous photograph of the monk doing it in the 70s in Vietnam. He does it in
so his
meditation
intention, I thought it was like one of those things where he did it and then someone was supposed to put him out.
No.
He like, that was that
He's
for,
ready to
was
die
that
for
for
his shit.
Gaza? Or was that for like?
Well, listen, I
sales
don't even know who Palestine is, but he was riding for them hard. He's a 26-year-old guy in the Air Force, active member of the Air Force,
Right.
and he said he would no longer be complicit in genocide, and then set himself ablaze in D.C. in daylight, and stood up for so long.
Yeah, dude, that's the hardest
I
motherfucker
thought
I've
people
ever
gave
seen.
up. That's crazy. I thought people gave up activism when we were allowed back outside.
Bro, especially at that level.
Yeah.
I just like that. I don't know if that's happened in the United States. You know, it's like not. It happens other places, but that's just imagine in DC. Imagine you're on a field trip in 6th grade and you see some guy go Super Saiyan. Like, I know you went to a DC field trip,
Right.
You know,
like a social studies class field trip. They're like, here are these people activated, using their First Amendment rights or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. This is all part of the this is part of the scheduled programming. I mean, just imagine fucking seeing that. I just and here's the thing about it, dude. I don't even care. It's the most metal shit in the world. Like the most hardcore punk rock shit to do in the world, right? It's dumb as fuck. Here's the thing. I was talking about it at work and I'm like, man, it's sad, you know, it's sad as fuck, 26, and this guy's like, nah, he's an idiot. And I respect that. And I'm like, yeah, we're both right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy's an idiot, but also, you poor thing.
He just stood for,
stood on business.
Some people can't
stood on business.
He stood on business.
You want to talk about standing on business? If you're not self-immolating, you're not really about it.
Don't have anything worth standing for. Like, nothing matters that much to them in their life.
So what he says right before, I can show you the full video as well, but he says what I'm about to do is it's going to seem like an extreme protest, but compared to what's been happening,
this was like.
But compared to what's been happening,
I guess it had to be playing, right? So was he drenched?
Listen,
in gas?
Compared to what happened to the Palestinian people, this is nothing at the hands of their oppressors, and I will no longer be complicit in genocide. And then takes a thermos.
Wait. Palestinian people?
Bro, I don't like I said, I don't even know who Palestine is. Okay. I'm not getting into none of that. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I feel like we've already seen the episode. You know, right. We've already seen that episode. Mm-hmm. Come out with a new season or something. You know, we've already seen that episode.
This one has been dragging a little bit.
It's like we've seen it. It's another rerun. Right. It's like, you know,
what's the next thing?
That's what I'm saying. You know,
Ukraine got that shit came and went quick.
Yeah, I think that's still going on. I don't even know. But the self-immolating thing to stand on what you believe in that much is absolutely
anything
crazy.
In any sense of the word.
That's crazy. That's crazy. You know, 26 years old. You're just a baby. Yeah, what a fucking sad idiot, man. It's like both. It genuinely is not.
That's a good way to put it.
It's
a sad idiot.
Yeah.
Because it's like he must have really been upset to the point where,
bro, you feel like that's what you got. It's like what I'm saying.
There's nothing else. And the thing about it is someone probably didn't even finish that video until they went to the next one. You know
well, right.
Well,
this is what's funny about it.
If you saw that on TikTok or Twitter, you probably got to the flame. You're like, damn, this thing is so sad.
Listen, I told this old black lady I work with, and she goes, now what sense does that make? He's dead and they're still over there doing the same shit. Yeah. I'm like, exactly, really.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, that's the only problem with it. Like,
well, I was talking about it to somebody via text, and I'm like, do you want to see it? I'm not just going to send that because, again, it's jarring to see a human body burn to a crisp. But the person goes, do you think he'd want me to see it? And I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. And it was such a cool question to me because the person meant it. They're like, do you think he'd want me to? And I'm like, absolutely. This is the whole reason. And they were like, all right, fucking send it. You know, because they didn't even want to see it, but they like felt like they should because it's like he did that. I don't even care about the politics. I don't even know who Palestine is. I don't know who's doing what over there. I don't give a fuck. Sorry, I got my own shit going on, my own internal battles. I mean, you know, empathy for everyone. But like, here's the thing about the Palestine thing. Okay, I don't like to talk about it because I don't know what the fuck's going on. I have no idea.
Canceled twice.
I have no clue what's going on. But the problem is,
no one does.
I know that's the thing, and so like people who are very into politics or like
also real quick, that is crazy how desensitized to violence we are. Because that video right there it didn't even really shake me up.
That's because you're friends with me, bro.
Probably, but I guess it hasn't even really resonated. What happened
that's
in that
too
video?
jarring. It's too, it's like.
But I just watched it and I was like, but I didn't even finish it before I made a fucking Lil Wayne Fireman.
Yeah. Fireman.
Yeah, it's just like, damn, like it's because it's the internet. You see shit like that every fucking day. Like,
yeah. It's
and I usually try to stay away from shit like that. But
yeah, you got to. And that's the thing with the Palestine thing I was gonna say is like we're just not meant to, as a single human being, be hyper concerned with the atrocities going on in the world, right?
Yeah.
It's like there's so many genocides going on.
Yeah.
It used to be a village of 200 people. You could give a fuck. You were supposed to. Now it's like, there's 400 trillion people or something. I just made up a number, but like, who gives a fuck? It's
funny
too
you
many.
say that. There's this guy I follow on Facebook. I went to high school. I went to high school with him, and a lot of people think he's like off his rocker a little bit. Which he is. Like
Is this about me? Is this I'm right here?
All he posts is like Alex Jones shit all day
Okay.
and like
all right.
crazy shit.
Hey Alex, I know you're listening. We'll love to have you on.
And he posts and like between all the shit, between all the bullshit, there's like medicine in that candy. You know
like
what I
Kanye
mean?
West.
Like Kanye West, right?
Yeah, it's like.
And the other day he's like,
you can't throw the baby out the bathwater.
The other day he's just like, America's going to shit. And we're sitting, and everyone's sitting there while grown ass men would rather play on their playground than actually do something. And it's like grown ass men playing on their playground. I just think about like all the shit we ignore, like going on hikes, going to the bar, like motherfuckers back in the day was throwing tea in the fucking Harvard. Like we just be like, we just make a status about it or share something. Yeah, and like you said, we watch
those are our playgrounds, right?
Those are our playgrounds,
right. Metaphorically, he probably really meant it because he's crazy. But you're like that.
But the way I read, I'm like, he's kind of right. Like there's so many distractions.
Well, that's the thing about
all we can do is
people.
bitch for a second and then go back to our life.
Yeah. And it's this thing where we feel so helpless because of how big it is, the country. It's like if there was 2,000 people, you know what I mean? It's like I would feel like my voice mattered.
For sure.
That's why people
what the
leave
fuck
it
am
up
I
to.
do?
That's
Go
why
throw
people
some Liptons in the Chesapeake Bay. They're gonna be like, yeah, bro. It's
that's
why
you can't trust politicians because they think they can fix, or they act like they can fix it.
What do you mean you can't trust politicians?
But you're saying like,
what's he talking about?
Like like how big is your ego where you go, I'll be the one to fix this. I guess you got to be like Donald Trump to be like, I'm going to drain the swamp.
Well, that's the thing. It definitely attracts a type of personality, multiple types of personalities. It can be like someone who genuinely wants to change, but that's the whole thing about like the person you want to lead doesn't want to lead.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because the people who usually do, no, he wants to, trust me. That's his whole purpose on this bitch is probably to, speaking of celebrities, how about Meek Mill and P. Diddy?
Yeah.
So P. Diddy, you know about his allegations? So he got Me Too'd and all these allegations came out about P. Diddy. Now they call him P. Diddley.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Underage
Freak
kids
Mill.
or what? Like,
No. Not underage kids.
Well,
but
there was,
guys. I don't
allegedly.
know. I didn't read no whole
Okay,
transcript.
so let me tell you, because Justin probably doesn't know much.
No. When black culture, you're the guy.
Let me take over from here.
Yeah.
There was a producer that was working on Diddy's newest album, which was Grammy nominated.
Still putting out albums.
Still putting out albums.
Didn't
still
know
getting
that.
Grammy nominated. It was an R&B album. You wouldn't know. And the producer didn't get paid, so he started to go on his tirade about not getting paid. It didn't catch any heat. So the next thing that happened, which people were saying it's coincidence, but next thing that happened is
The Cassie lawsuit.
No, the next thing this was after the Cassie. All this was after the Cassie lawsuit already came out.
So that was the first thing. So there was
Diddy's already under fire.
Yeah.
So then
this woman put this huge lawsuit on him, and he settled within 24 hours.
Yes.
So that just makes him look guilty. Unfortunately, whether he is or not, it makes him look.
It
not
was
great.
pages and pages and pages of things because it came out like
because they were together
she
for
requested
years.
the money for a settlement.
Mhm.
He didn't pay up.
Did he?
He didn't pay up.
He did not.
And then so some of the documents came out, and within 24 hours of those documents coming out, he settled up.
So everyone's like,
and there was some like
and
wild
honestly,
shit.
and here's the thing though, duh.
Right.
Diddy's been weird as fuck for years. It's like you couldn't remember him as Joker.
Do you remember him on Drink Champs?
No, I don't know if I watched.
When Fabulous, He's
yeah, that weird shit. Yeah, man.
He's like, when you gonna party with me? And Fab's like, I did party with you. He's like, no, when you gonna party with me?
Yeah, bro.
Like,
no, there's lots of clips.
I like how
Diddy.
you do that, Daddy. He was saying that shit. And
when he did the Joker,
but
he did it a little too well. It was like, nah, he's off his rocker. If he dressed up as the Heath Ledger Joker fully in like full like movie costume shit where you couldn't even recognize him. And he was doing the laugh, and I'll show you, dude. It's wild.
He was in character. He wouldn't.
Dude, it was. He was like he was getting in an argument with somebody as the Joker.
Yeah. So
it's crazy.
What happened was after he settled, then the floodgates opened.
Everyone said, "Ooh."
So everybody just
Did
started.
He touch me too?
Did he touch me? Did he did this?
I
Did he
tweeted.
did that?
I said, "Did he touch me too for real?"
So the floodgates opened. It was like everyone was getting a PPP loan again. Like everybody's coming after Diddy trying to get a little something. And a lot of shit
PPP
was like
Diddy loan.
And then, but what happened
Count it.
was people started telling their stories. Like, I guess you know how it works when you get Me Too type shit. So now this guy,
I like how it sounded like he's had it happen to him. You know how it goes.
no, I'm saying like the whole movement, how one person told, and then the fucking bridge breaks and everybody.
Yes.
Yeah. So this
he's getting
guy,
accused of all kinds of shit.
He's getting accused of all type of shit. So this
Basically-
guy basically saying that first it came out Diddy didn't pay him. Then he went to say, oh, well, Diddy made me watch him have sex with people and tried to sexually harass me, and him and his girlfriend tried to have sex with me, and it was like this whole thing.
Allegedly.
And these papers also leaked. And then the leaked paper, there's a redacted statement that said, blank, a Philadelphia rapper that used to date Nicki Minaj, had sex.
It doesn't
with
say
Diddy.
Meek Mill, right? Because the name's redacted, but it sounds like
And then it
his
says,
description.
blank, an R&B artist that performed at the Super Bowl also had sex. So that got completely ignored. But the Meek Mill thing caught wheels.
Well, and also this is why. So this is what's so dumb about Meek.
He replied. He entertained it.
Listen with how dumb this is. So they're like, "Yo, Diddy's fucking Meek, right?" Meek either denies it or laughs about it or whatever, right? That's what you should do. Either one. Who gives a fuck? He gets on Twitter and pleads his case, dude. And listen what he gets on Twitter and he's like, or X, sorry, Elon, I know you're listening. He gets on Twitter and he's like, I love pussy so much. Like, I'm not kidding.
I love pussy so much. Pussy is the greatest thing in the world.
Bro,
I run red lights with pussy. That's how much I love pussy.
no.
Literally.
It looks the gayest.
That's
Like,
not
there's
great.
nothing.
That's not great.
There's nothing.
I crash out over this pussy. Like, I love pussy so much.
Dude, there's nothing gayer than Meek Mill's response to being like, you don't even know. My dick is soggy from how much pussy I'm getting.
And I think this shit is fake, obviously. And I think most of the internet thinks it's fake, but because the internet is the internet.
And they see a rise.
You see a rise.
A reaction.
So then they start calling them freak mail and saying that.
Because once you get a reaction out of someone, everyone sends blood, sharks blood in the water.
Diddy called a Freako case, and the only way to kill Diddy is to stab him with a dildo through the heart.
Stab him with a dildo through the heart on some vampire shit. It's hilarious.
Meek Mill and the Cream Chasers, like they're just going in.
So that's been funny. I just never seen someone just be like, dude, I'm so fucking straight, dude. I can't even make a turn, you know? I'm like, he's like,
and now he's like, this is because I'm on an independent label, so
they're
trying
to ruin me. They're trying to smear me.
Yeah, which is like
smear the queer.
The record labels don't want you to go independent, right? But that's not what's going on here.
No
the internet's
way.
just having fun with you.
Yeah.
So now he's talking about moving to Africa because they don't do this in Africa.
Shit.
But yeah. That's been funny this week.
Yeah, the Meek Mill thing got me. The self-immolation thing, funny. The Meek Mill's like, no. The self-immolation thing was fucked up, obviously.
Dude, what kind of a firefighter would that guy have made? Like the best one?
Because
he had fire resistance. Like if he was a Pokemon, he'd have fire resistance, you know?
I like how they told him to get on the ground.
Well, listen, there's a longer video that I'll show you, which this one guy got a lot of heat because this wasn't even the full video. The longer video is even funnier because a guy in a suit comes in at the end and sorry, not funnier. It's like in this part's kind of he gets roasted because he comes over and this is the thing though. So it's like my cousin Chris hit me up. He's like, look at how dumb this fucking guy is. I'm like, he's doing his job. Basically, anyways, this guy has his gun trained on the fucking flaming corpse. Mm-hmm. And then the one guy goes, I don't need guns. I need fire extinguishers. You know, people are running out of guns, but it's DC. You don't know what the fuck's going on.
You don't know what's next.
You have no clue if he's about to blow. It's just like you want to. His job is to keep that gun trained on this dude, and that's what he does. It's like it didn't hurt anything. It ain't like he loaded him up full of bullets. He didn't have no fire extinguisher. What's he gonna do? Jump on the fucking guy? Like it looks silly, right? But that's his job. It's like if anything goes down, point your gun.
It's facts,
you know. But yeah, people are like, "What's a guy gonna do? Jump up and run after you?" Like I mean, he's clearly out of commission, and you know,
weirder shit has happened. How about the cop that freaked out when
The Acorn?
Oh my god!
Have you seen this?
Oh yeah.
Holy hell,
I'm hit,
bro! What a dingus. Dingbag of the week, huh? He
So do you? But like,
let's tell what happened.
Okay, yeah.
So basically, this guy gets arrested. They don't even say what for. I don't think. They arrest this guy. They put him in handcuffs. They give him a pat down. They put him in, or did they not give him a pat down?
They give him a pat down.
Okay, so they give this guy a pat down. They put him in the back of the patrol vehicle, an SUV, and he's handcuffed behind his back. And as this cop is walking casually, nothing's like staticky really. It's like, you know, he's bitching a little, but it's normal shit.
Right.
And as he's walking by the car, and he hears this noise that he internalizes as a gunshot. He falls down, dude. How about the roll?
Yeah.
He
the
does
roll.
this fucking roll, bro. It's like, what
Wasn't
is
it a double
this?
roll?
Yeah, I think so.
it was a double
It's
roll.
a double roll. It's a
Yeah,
double
pretty
roll.
sure.
It's a Mission
The
Impossible
second roll
double
was so
roll.
forced.
And he's like saying to the other officers, "I'm hit," and unloading his clip into the
Unloading his clip
into the
into
vehicle.
the car with the guy that has handcuffs behind his back.
With a guy unarmed, handcuffed behind his back, unloads his clip, and because his fellow officers see him doing that, they unload their clips into. So it's like, and he didn't even get hurt,
No,
which is fucking insane.
not really.
Because cops are bad shots.
Just because the level of that, like the awareness of that. I mean,
To say he was hit too, I mean, I guess he did
But look,
adrenaline. He probably
yes.
banged something. I mean, who knows?
even
dude?
maybe from the roll, he thought he. You know what I
he's
mean?
probably got PTSD. He
That's
fucking
what I
hates
was
his wife
thinking.
and shit, dude. It's tough.
But it's
a tough job.
again. That's what you sign up for. That's why you have this training. That's why
you would hope to have the training to kick in and all that. But yeah, it's a.
because that's something like I would do. You know. You know,
Yeah.
not like, but like if I didn't know if I just had a gun and I was on the job and was on a high stress situation, like I'm not trained for that.
Right.
Not saying me, but like a civilian.
Yeah.
And
Someone without training. It looked like someone without.
It looked
training.
like someone without training.
To unload the whole clip in there is just. He's gonna win such a big lawsuit.
The guy that got shot, yeah, in the back
The guy
of the
that
car.
was getting shot at, yeah.
Did he? No major injuries, but he should have
Probably got
hit.
some glass stuff or something, but I don't think he got like no homo. Pause. No penny. I don't think he got penetrated.
I wonder how dumb that guy felt when he opened the door and the guy still had his handcuffs behind his back.
Speaking of penetration, oh dude, oh yeah, that's another thing, right? Yeah. To then slowly have to approach the car, open it, and realize like, my bad.
Yeah.
hey,
Where's it at?
Sorry.
What? Whoopsie.
Hey, I bad about that earlier.
Right.
If we could just not talk about that.
That's why body cams are great.
Yeah.
Because imagine how they would have saw that.
Right. And
You probably would have went to jail.
yeah, you probably would have got charged, so they didn't look like idiots.
Yeah.
Body cams are definitely helpful. Yeah, what else, dude? We talked about Meek Mill. We talked about the guy setting himself on fire. Oh, dude, speaking of cops and shooting at vehicles, I seen a Cybertruck in person. Did you see I posted it?
Yeah.
So have you seen one in person?
Mm-mm.
Have you seen one in person?
I have not, but I saw people like hitting him with bats and
Brother.
they don't dent.
Brother, they're bulletproof.
You should have started hitting it with a bat.
Hey, this is for my channel. Hold this video. Yeah, so they look. So here's the thing. It's like I posted it. People were like, "That's ugly." I'm like, "Yeah, but
It
it's
is.
cool." It's like it's not. It's both. It's like it's ugly, but it's so futuristic that you're like, "That's cool."
Everything
That's neat.
it's supposed to be.
That's what I'm saying. It's
the
exactly what
next
it's supposed
level.
to be. And then here's what my thought was, bro.
Just
These
like
things are-
Yeezys. Remember when Yeezys came out?
Exactly. Great
Hideous.
analogy. Great
Hideous.
analogy, but one of a kind.
Because
A
it didn't
status
look like
symbol.
anything else.
Yeah. I just had a thought, like, you know, when the people in Baltimore City find out about like that they're bulletproof,
Oh,
I
yeah.
just think that like we have no idea what we're in for. Like, I don't know if they've gotten the word, but we're gonna need to move out the suburbs. I feel like, dude, just imagine trying to chase a guy down in a Cybertruck.
Just wait till it runs out of battery. Throw water
Right,
on
or
it.
just hack it. Well, that's what they say. They can hack into it, lock the doors, and drive
Throw
you to the
some
police
water on it.
station. Have you drive yourself to the police station.
Damn, that's crazy though. But yeah, that's where we're heading. Like
No,
shit like
100%.
that. Shit like that, and like the fear of like.
I've been
not-
mad as shit if my car arrested me.
Huh?
I'd be mad as shit, bro. Take me. Oh, dude, you
Yeah.
can't break out.
Well, didn't they say that that's already happened to like you can already control cars?
Yeah,
That was
for
like,
sure. But anything with a computer, straight up. If you have a computer,
I never thought of all that.
yeah, anything with a
Oh.
computer, the government kills people by having them
You didn't hear
crash
about
their
that-
vehicles going 120 into a tree when they're like right
No,
before
no.
they're like, I'll never commit
Tell
suicide.
that story.
Well, I don't know the whole. There's a bunch.
All right,
There's
so
a bunch.
there was a
Allegedly.
there was a journalist that was covering the Iraq War. Was it Iraq? No, it wasn't Iraq. Maybe it was. Anyways, he's overseas. It was during Obama when Obama was president, so it couldn't have been Iraq War. We've been over.
I feel like we've
It
been at
could
a
have
war
been.
with Iraq
Anyway,
since
he
he was
Bush.
he was overseas, Afghanistan, Iraq.
We just don't
wherever.
declare it anymore.
And there was a sergeant that was bad mouthing Obama and the journalist picked it up, wrote it. You know, he sent it out. The sergeant ended up getting like fired for it.
And he said they were after him, trying to ruin him.
Yeah, he basically said, the government's after me. They're trying to kill me. If anything happens to me, I did not kill myself.
Oh shit!
And there's video of his car. There's video of his car. He driving, picks up speed, and just crashes at 120 miles into a tree.
What kind of car?
I'm not sure, but it was in like 2008 or 9.
It's ahead of its time for sure.
Yeah.
It's not an electric
anything
vehicle.
With the ECU,
but they said, what they said is, anything with a computer you can hack into, technically, you know.
So that's like one of the things they say. Conspiracy, like his car got hacked into.
And the thing that's fucked up is like, you know, someone who's going through something so high level could kill themselves.
Right.
Right? It's the same thing as Epstein, right? It's like, well, obviously his whole life was coming down. Exactly, right.
Because thought someone was chasing him.
That's what I'm saying. That's what's so fucked up. And that's why they like to paint people as crazy too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because then you don't trust what they say. And if they kill themselves, like, well, they were crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I ever died or killed myself, bro, I watch those murder shows all the time. So do you. Imagine if I ended up dead, right? Bound to happen eventually. Right. But they go through my search history and like talk about my history. And they're like, this guy's been to the psych ward twice. He was bound to. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, it just looks way worse than it is. Like, you know, you can frame someone to be like, this person's a piece of shit. You know what I mean? Well, you can frame me like that.
It's easy to kill you.
All right, easy. Don't get too many ideas. I mean, I wouldn't say it'd be easy. Not for you, but yeah, somebody.
Damn. Yeah, you're fucked.
That's what I'm saying.
No one's even going to look into it.
No way. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, duh.
Yeah. It took this long?
Yeah. Like someone could put...
They'd be like, well, look at the name of the podcast.
Yeah,
it did take off quick
enough. Right. You could put 6 bullets in my head and set me on fire, and they'd
Mike's
be like,
kill
himself.
We were on our way. We were on our way.
We were this close.
Yeah.
Well, Najee, you want to do a podcast? What's up?
Yeah, you're a natural.
Part 2.
Yeah, you are a natural.
It'd be like some Final Destination shit. Anyone that sits on that corner of the couch.
How funny would it be if we just switched you out with him and it just didn't say shit?
Yeah, like Aunt Vivian on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. They just switched her one season.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
It was like a darker skin lady or a lighter skin lady or whatever. It was like a clear difference. Yeah. Like they never addressed it.
It happens.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you guys hear about? I don't know why this made me think of like Hollywood and entertainment. Did you guys hear about Ryan Garcia and his tirade?
Yeah. I saw him tweet or someone quote tweet or quote whatever that he said that he was tied up and Hollywood people made him watch them fuck boys in front of him.
Yes,
and
he's been at Bohemian and Grove and he has proof.
Well, I just wanted to write why.
Yeah, why you?
Who are you? Well, yeah, it's like I don't know.
So basically,
again, I think that stuff does happen.
Basically, as a boxer,
but I don't. Yeah,
pretty sure.
Ryan
Garcia, it definitely happens. Yeah. I just don't think they're bringing Ryan Garcia. So basically, he's a boxer. He's just some.
I don't know if it's like he's promoting a fight. I mean, he brought eyes to him. I don't know if it's
some people are saying CTE.
Some people are saying CTE.
Injury.
Some people are saying he wants to pull out of this fight. He knows he's not going to win. If he loses, it's going to hurt his status because he's like a TikTok boxer. He's a legit boxer. Let me not do that. But he's big on like TikTok, social media.
Because you have to
the way
be now.
social media works,
to be now.
You have to be now.
Be
but
boxer.
he's like one of the biggest.
Yeah, he's a big name.
The problem with that is when the kids and the casuals follow you, you're not supposed to lose. So he lost to Tank, right? And I think that this Devin Haney fight, everyone thinks you're not going to win. He's going to lose again. So some people are saying he's trying to pull out. So out of nowhere, he just starts going off and saying, also they're saying he has a coke problem.
Yeah, he seems manic. He seems like drug-induced.
It's probably all these things in one,
psychosis and mania. And
but he just started tweeting.
More than one factor.
He just started tweeting about.
It did seem out of nowhere.
And it raised all the conspiracy theory guys and all these people on Twitter started following him and supporting him. But he's saying like, I've been in Bohemian Grove. The shit is real. They're raping kids and drinking their blood. He just started tweeting about it.
Well, I bet that's all true.
Andrew Tate's
I don't know if you've seen it.
Gets in this Twitter space, which is basically like.
Andrew Tate is something.
It's just like a chat room where they actually talk. It's like Discord, everyone's trying to do the same thing.
Yeah, on Twitter?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's called Twitter Spaces, yeah. So they start talking and he's saying he's got proof and then, Andrew Tate's like, hey, you're going down a rear road. Like, that's the road I went down and look at me. Like, I'm locked up. I can't get out of Romania.
That's not the road he went down.
That's what he's saying.
The fuck? He's just trying to be relevant to the situation.
But he's saying like, hey, you need to, if you don't have relevant proof, and you don't say when and how this happened, and then people aren't going to take you serious.
Right.
And he goes, I got proof. He goes, we'll put it out. He goes, when the time's right.
Right.
It's like, all right,
Yeah,
you know me, I check out that.
Slow build.
Because
A slow build to a confession. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah. So then the next day, he comes out with another press.
Like an album rollout.
The next day, he's like on video. He's like, my fight's this date. All I'm not going to talk about is my fight and sports from now on. And it looked like he was like with his team or whatever.
Yeah.
And then within like another 2 hours, he's talking about the same shit and the elites and all this shit. And it's like, all right, come on, man.
Yeah.
It's like, because you want to like believe him and what he's saying is probably true.
That's the thing.
But he kept saying like, I need to talk to Alex Jones. They won't let me talk to Alex Jones.
Yeah,
like,
see, that's going to make you sound crazy. And that's the thing. It's like crazy people can also be honest, right? So it's like, I also agree that people are fucking children in this country, right? And people are drinking blood in this country. Like, there's just too many people. It's weird shit. There's satanic. There's all kind of weird shit going on, 100%. But it's like, Ryan Garcia, I mean, maybe, who knows? Again, I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm saying, Ryan, if you're listening, I know you are, we'd love to have you on.
Yeah.
They say he's been boxing since he was like 6 or 12 or something. He's been hitting the head. Like, someone counted how many times he's been hitting the head and shit. They're doing all that on Twitter. Like, the brain damage thing's a weird one. Yeah. Especially because it affects everyone differently. Like, the thing about CTE is everyone's like, Chris Benoit murdered his whole family. It's like, well, why isn't every NFL player murdering their family?
Right.
But I guess every brain is just different.
You got Antonio Brown. He just gets on Twitter and calls everyone crackers.
Just crazy enough.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Crazy enough.
I think he falls under like the Kanye West. Like, he was like the best at his position, and he just I don't know what happened to him. Like, I give Kanye a pass because he like legitimately to me is a genius in some facet of the world, at least in music. He literally is a genius.
He got autism from his car accident. He says that so much.
Jesus.
What? Kanye says that?
Yeah, he's just around yes men that let him say that. He says that.
I think it works like that.
It doesn't.
I don't think.
He says it so much every time he says it. I just start crying laughing because it's in like a room full of half naked women and like recording artists, and he's just going on this rant about how he has autism from his car accident.
Ever since his mom died, dude, he's been
that's where
since
depression, manic episodes,
yeah.
Which she might have been the person that always reeled him back in.
Probably
the only person he would have listened to.
Because when he would rap on those first 3 albums, it would be like stuff that everyone could relate to. Poor people could relate to because he started out as like a regular fucking person that
Jesus
got
walks.
money.
Poor people love Jesus.
Great stuff. I mean, first 3 albums they deserve
Jesus
the
Walk still
Grammys
holds
they got.
up.
I mean,
but
yeah,
I never met Jesus.
Even after that,
he went off
I
the
think
deep end.
around. I don't know. Like, I want to say Yeezus when he started calling himself Yeezus. That's probably what shit started changing.
Yeah.
But I get what he was trying to like. It's funny because he was saying all these things like, I'm trying to get into the fashion industry and they won't let me in and there's these barriers and yada yada yada. And like he was right. He got he
for sure.
He manifested and he got it. But the problem is like we just labeled him a genius. And now
it's also everything he touched went crazy. It's not just a label of genius. It's that everything he touched went. It's like I feel like we're in a simulation and I'm broke. Imagine if I'm Drake. Imagine if I'm Kanye. It's like this ain't real.
Yeah, Drake posted the other day.
Drake's not even trying. He's just like, Channing Tatum. He's not trying. We talked about this last time.
Yeah. But
the
Drake the other day
fake.
was like you said. I think Drake's even said something like this feels like I'm in a simulation.
He's player one. He's got to feel like player one, and we're all NPCs.
But like you said, like going back to Kanye, he wins. He's been winning so often that even when he doesn't win, he's winning. He ran for fucking president.
Did he really?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Right.
He ran for fucking president. That's how sure of himself he is, and I think he said he wants to do it like it's.
It wouldn't be any different than anyone else in there.
What do you feel? Have you?
He might hopefully some change like the Pledge of Allegiance or something a little bit more like a better beat. You know what I'm saying? We need to upgrade the Pledge of Allegiance. Things that are gay. The Pledge of Allegiance is on that list. It's too old. We need to upgrade it. We need to update it. To pledge your allegiance to the country you happen to be born in.
Mm-hmm. Do you need to
be willing?
Your allegiance?
Yes. We need to know where your allegiance lies. 3-year-old or third grader.
3-year-old, exactly.
Third grader.
Every morning too.
Yeah, every single morning.
It's not enough
will pledge
to
your allegiance to this country.
One nation under God.
And if not, you hate it. And if not, you hate the country. If you're against the pledge, you hate the country.
Yo, you remember
that?
Move
to Canada, you fucking live.
No, it's
Dude, if you hate Captain America, you hate this guy. It's
no,
right.
it's 7:17 in the morning. I don't feel like getting up.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not making a statement.
Yeah. 17 in the morning.
In third grade. I'll set myself on fire. I swear to God. I swear to fucking God. They're like, Justin, you're going to end up in the psych ward, buddy. You keep talking like that.
You didn't have to do it. And then once I learned that, I stopped. People didn't like it. Teachers didn't like it, but I stopped standing up for it. Like, I like this country. I don't need to fucking do that shit to like prove
to you, my teacher.
You know,
it's not even like the president's in here.
I don't even
it's like the president's never gonna know I didn't stand up.
Teachers care. I just think it was like
it's a ritual. It's a ceremony.
It's just a ritual, and then they're like, all right, you're breaking the ritual. You're being insubordinate.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you don't know.
They don't care about you pledging allegiance, but that's why the concept's weird. It's like it's a weird thing.
Everything about school is fall in line. So you just if you step out of that line, then you're just screwing the whole system up.
You had some hot teachers or what?
I had a couple.
Mr. White? No. All right, you don't have to name them. I don't know. I feel like they're getting hotter. I actually talked to a teacher recently. Me and you talked, and he was like,
"That's because people are aging different now."
Well, listen, he said too. He's like, he basically said it without saying it. He's like, bro, he's like. He basically was like, bro, these kids are hot as hell.
Oh, shit.
He didn't say it. He was just like, this is what he said. He's like,
but I get it. No, shit, bro. I understand what he's saying.
See you next week, folks. That's all we were here for.
Because everyone's trying to look the same.
No, he's like, I've never seen so many 15-year-old girls, 16-year-old girls belly buttons. He's like, the way they're dressing. That's all he said. He wasn't saying they were hot. It was just funny because I, in my head, I'm like, bro, you think they're hot as hell. But,
I mean, they dress like that when we were in high school, but I would argue that like the 14-year-olds that look like 18-year-olds now, they weren't like that.
That's what I'm saying. I think everyone's trying to look exactly the same and the
because of the
same
internet
age.
too, right?
Yes,
we got everyone trying to be Kim Kardashian. He was even saying, like, even the teachers in the leggings and shit. He's like, it's crazy. Yeah. He's like, we got these young ass 26-year-old teachers in these leggings with their, you can see up into their ass cracks, you know?
Yeah,
he's like, and crazy. I was like, are you complaining right now?
No, but I get it. It's
I know, I do too. He's like, I'm trying to make a difference and teach these kids. And he's like, it's just gotten so bad. He would love to come on here and talk about it, but he can't. Right. He's like, I'd have to be fully masked, different voice, you
That'd
know?
be hilarious.
But he does want to talk about it. He's ready to go.
It'd be pretty funny.
I wanted him to do a Chewbacca mask or something, you know?
I like it.
I was just thinking about how we had that cop on that one time.
Yeah, that ended up murdering his stepson. Yeah,
but
family values around here.
So, all the teachers how do you feel about a teacher having an OnlyFans account? Like, do you think?
I think that's her business.
But do you think it's appropriate for her to teach?
I don't like the word appropriate because then it implies that I'm like some sense of authority on what's allowed. Like I don't know the word appropriate. I do agree. There's certain
times. Not really. I'm not saying appropriate doesn't mean
as the job in the job.
Yeah.
I just think that they're separate, right? I don't care what she does outside of work, as long as it's not affecting her in work. Obviously, the kids are gonna, be into it, but it's like if she's hot, they're gonna be into it too. They're gonna make. I just heard about AI software. I heard about AI software where you can take a picture of a girl, and AI will give you a nude of her. Right? It does the best guesstimate. It's like, and it's like but kids are doing it in school and then sending them out around the school. And it's not technically them, so it's not illegal, right? But it's like child porn. It's such a weird gray area. Oh, of course, bro. You know it would have been if we had that technology.
Thank God.
How about the Kias that you can steal with a USB drive? If I was 14.
Oh yeah, Kia
Boys. If I was 14, I'd have got Kia Boys tattooed on my face. I would have crashed so many people's Kias into
right
stuff. Here? Yeah, on the other side. Bro, when I went to get this, I was just thinking
because they're just going to the dealership. Then what does Kia do?
What do you mean they're going to the dealership?
The Kia Boys, they're not even like they're stealing from the dealership.
Oh, nice! They're liking to pick one.
Yeah, okay. They're not like they are stealing your cars,
too. Yeah, but that's smart. Right. Go to the lot.
Just go to the lot, picking the color they want, and just going crazy. And then Kia and Hyundai, and they're all like, "Oh, give you free oil changes if you buy a car."
Yeah. They're getting sued. They're getting a class action lawsuit.
Of course, this shit is. Because no one's buying their cars anymore.
It's so easy to steal.
And then everyone that has a car,
put a USB drive of any kind in and just take it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
think about
all
how
over the news.
Big of a fuck up that is.
Oh, someone's job's all gone.
Multiple.
Yeah.
Multiple because
it's probably that guy in DC.
No one's buying your car anymore. No one wants to buy it. Even it doesn't matter.
It's a bad look.
It doesn't matter how much you say we fixed it and it's fixed. Our new cars don't. No one wants them. And everyone that has your car is getting rid of it. So
you think I was manic when I got this tattoo?
Probably, yeah.
Do you remember you were around? That alone?
Yeah, cool.
Okay, well, look, I went to get this tattoo.
You got like a tattoo on your
What's
face.
funny is people will go, when did you get it? And I go, not as long ago as you'd like me to say. You know what I mean? Because they want me to be like 17.
Oh, yeah, I was a fucking idiot.
Yeah. And I'm like, I actually really love it. Because it's funny, too, because people will assume I don't. You know, because I'll say like, don't get a face tattoo. Like I wouldn't recommend it, but like people will assume I don't like it, and they'll be like, yeah, we all fuck up, you know. And it's like I actually kind of like this one a lot. But when I went to get it, I was a little bit manic, I wasn't on drugs at the time, but it was all around that time. I was pretty energetic, and I went in and I give credit to the tattoo artist because he must have picked up on that, and he sent me home. he was like, I'm not tattooing your face. He goes, come back in a week, and if you still want it, I'll do it. Which I really respect. He underestimated the length of my mania for sure. Because I was
Everyone
back in
did.
yeah, including myself.
Everyone
I didn't know I
did.
was manic at the time. It's easy to look at it now.
Right.
I know you knew, but yeah,
I didn't.
It was.
Yeah, I knew. Man, because you would stop calling me.
I bet.
You were just calling me like, damn. Or then people would call me because you'd be doing something like, nah, like they
Najee,
knew we
what do
were tight.
do? Yeah.
They knew we were tight.
What do we do about Justin?
And they'd be like,
He's saying he's going to self-immolate again.
Hey, man, come pick Justin up. He's doing yada, yada, yada. And I'm
Yada,
like,
yada, yada.
Yeah, you was yada, 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 and a lot.
Yeah, no, I need to go through my old pictures and old stuff and like make something of that because I have a lot of like writings and like mugshot, like that one mugshot.
That's what I'm saying. You had to take a picture upstairs when you were just like, "This is my
of
art
all
wall."
the graffiti and like I graffitied my whole wall and shit. When I
Yeah,
was
he's
on
like,
mushrooms.
"This is a wall of art now."
Oh yeah, I'll tell you, it's a long story,
makes sense.
but I did like it makes sense.
It makes sense.
It was like my house type thing. I was on mushrooms. I started spray painting my wall. It was like this huge breakthrough experience for me, but it was also like a psychotic break as well. It was genuinely both. It was like very healing in the long term.
He'd be like, "I'm healing." I'd be like, "You're not.
Yeah.
You are, but you are going overboard."
Yeah, for sure, exactly,
what I mean?
exactly. What it
I was
was
like,
is
You're abusing it.
Yes.
And I said that to him. I was like, "This is who you are," and he goes, "Don't fucking talk to me like that."
I hardly remember any of the stuff
Yeah.
because it was over like a span of time. But what was I gonna say?
Never asked me about like how I felt during this.
I don't give a fuck how you felt. No, I mean it was fucked up, dude. It was fucked up.
No.
I was everybody else's problem, and I was. That's the thing, though. It's like the healing. It's like
no, I feel like that's like. So,
I'm a drug addict, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was a heroin addict before as a teenager and all that for years and years, and then I got off that, and I've had other struggles and shit like that. But like once I did the mushrooms, I'm like the junkie in me was like it felt I was starting to heal because I had that big breakthrough about the molestation, and that's when first thing I spray painted on the wall was I'm not okay. It was a whole thing. It felt like this huge relief, whatever, and then it went from there. But I couldn't get enough.
right.
Because it's the junkie in me, even though it was like, oh, I can be addicted to something that helps
You're
me.
purging.
Yeah, well, that for sure. And then also, it's like there's an analogy of the psychedelics take you to the top of the mountain. You have to go back down to the village.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the top of the mountain. I'm like, oh, I'm staying.
Partying.
I'm staying up. Not even partying. It's just all this like downloads.
Yeah.
You know, like I was taking it as like I'm getting downloads.
Mm-hmm.
Like this felt like downloads. You know, it's like I don't know.
Yeah, nothing else matters
or
except
download.
for getting that off because you're finally like, fuck this. This is the shit this is what I needed to get all this out.
Yes, so instead of taking the respect for it and like taking time and integrating and maybe talking to a professional or whatever the fuck, I'm just like, let me just eat as much as I
up off of getting this shit out.
Juice the fuck up for weeks.
Juiced up off getting this shit out.
Juice the fuck up. Long term, it feels very healing. Very dangerous the way I did it. Don't recommend it, but ended up with the face tattoo squad. Look like a SoundCloud rapper squad.
Yeah, it's just I feel like that's what real friendships are built off of. Like that was like some real
trauma
shit.
bonding.
Yeah. Like that was
trauma
some
bonding's
real
a real
shit.
thing for
like,
sure.
Damn,
For sure.
I gotta be here for him.
We went through it. And I think that you did a good job of not, listening to my bullshit, enabling me, and because again, I was good at it.
Cunning.
I was very cunning
Tricked
because
everybody.
I believe
not tricked everybody, but
it's
everyone
not even trick.
wanted,
It's not even trick.
People just
They
want to
believed
believe.
me.
They wanted
I
to
wasn't
believe
tricking.
you. Like that Malcolm Gladwell
That's
book.
the thing, though. I'm not tricking. I'm believing all the stuff.
Yeah.
So everything I'm saying, I can articulate well, and people are listening to me articulate it.
Mm-hmm.
Najee hears me and sees through it. Even better than I can because I'm in the picture. It's hard to see. It's hard to see the picture when you're in the frame. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So it's just Najee's like, nah, bro, you're fucked up.
Yeah.
And I think that's what that's helpful. You know what I mean? I can't have everyone like, yeah, this is great.
Like you said, like even like you're talking about your therapist.
Yeah.
You need a new one.
Yeah, I
Because
charmed him.
you just that's who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Thanks.
it just don't work for me. You're just hideous, and I see through your bullshit.
Yeah. Well, I made it out of there, so that's good. I haven't spray painted my walls in a while.
Oh yeah, on the other side.
Mhm.
I mean, did it look like shit?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I figured. I mean,
Yeah,
most people
yeah.
aren't good
I'm
at
not
art.
an
No
artist.
offense. I'm bad at art.
I'm not. It was more about self-expression. And
Yeah,
I'd
of
let other
course.
people draw on shit because it was like people would come over like, what the fuck? And I'm like, grab a marker or a spray paint can or whatever the fuck, I'm like, I'm going to paint. At this point, I'm already going to paint. So then I just went into it, And I'm like, it's my house.
Still
Who
up or you
says I can't
cover it
spray
up?
paint? Huh?
Did you cover it up or is it still
Oh
up
yeah,
there?
no. It had to be covered.
Yeah.
It looked absolutely insane in here.
It looked crazy.
manic. Like I said, I had pictures, so I had to go through. That's the thing. Around that time, I put all those pictures on my laptop. When the cops came and take me to the psych ward, and I was smacking my head on the back of that thing, I busted my head wide open.
I didn't know about that.
So check this out. I'm gonna just tell the story real quick because
Yeah.
I'm glad you don't know it. I don't want to retell you stories, but
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, I know. When the cops come to, I'm up all night and I'm on psychedelics all night, and I've been for the past few weeks, on and off, a lot on. And even when I was off, it was still juiced the fuck up from the high from being on and like the afterglow and shit. So I'm up all night, haven't slept. It's just daybreak, 6 a.m. or something, and the cops are out front of my house. 2 cop cars, maybe more cop cars. I don't know. I see a couple cop cars. I go out there. At this point in my head, am like, I own this house. I own this property. I've broken no laws. And I have, but they're inside my house, allegedly, right? So I'm like, they don't know that I've broken any laws,
Right.
So I walk out there and greet them. I looked absolutely crazy. I can't only imagine how I looked, right? I have no shirt on. I have my shorts on. I'm barefoot. I'm like, I go out there and I'm like, what's up? And they're like, hey, we need, we're just concerned about you. We want you to come get checked out. And I'm like, no, fuck no. I'm a grown ass man. And they're like trying to talk me into it. I'm probably out there for like maybe 3 or 5 minutes. Who the fuck knows really? But I'm out there talking to them and I'm like starting to get agitated. I'm like, no. I'm like, fuck this. This isn't how America works. This isn't Nazi fucking Germany. I'm like barking at these motherfuckers. And then one smart one, I mean, that they all may have been smart, but the one of them was smart enough to go like, all right, man, you got it. Like, you got it, bro. We'll come back later or whatever, And I'm like, yeah. I turn around like confident as hell. Like, yeah, I just hoard these motherfuckers. I turn around and all 4 of them jump on me, bro. There's 4 cops there. And he's like, you're fine, bro. Because he knew I was like being combative.
Right.
And so he's like, you're fine, bro. Just go in the house. We'll come check on you later. We'll call you or something. And I'm like, hell yeah. Like, yeah, I got them, And I turn around and all 4 of them are on me. And one of them I felt was a little too rough with me. And I'm out of my mind. Okay, on psychedelics, I'm out of my mind, and I haven't slept, which that also is often tied into people who are on crystal meth and shit or have been up for a while. That causes psychosis to a mania. So I'm like out of it, bro. And these cops are jumping on me, and now I'm in my head like fight and flight and all that, all this fear and
body
adrenaline.
Cam of this?
There probably is.
Damn.
I'd pay for that.
Me too.
So listen, that'd be fantastic, bro, if I could find that. But so. They jump on me, and one of them's got his knee like in the back of my head, and he's being real rough. And the other 3, there's 4 cops. 3 of them are like cool. I don't got no problem with him. This is one guy who seemed like maybe young, trying to prove himself. Don't know, whatever.
Right.
He don't have nothing against me, I'm sure, but who knows? But so he was being real rude to me, and I let him know that. I knew that, and I could see it in his eyes that he didn't fuck with me, and like I didn't fuck with him, and it was like an energy thing. And I'm on psychedelics, so I'm like, they're like, you got to ride with him to the police station. I'm like, anyone but him. Dead ass anybody but this guy. And they're like, because I don't even know what the fuck I thought. I'm like, this guy's gonna take me, bro. I have no clue. This is not
Evil
good.
energy.
Well, I also thought, I didn't know that my mom went to the judge. So I'm like, what is going on? I thought I had done nothing wrong. So I'm bugging the fuck out, bro. I'm like, oh shit, they're on to me. I'm learning too much. I genuinely was having them thoughts, right? Like, fuck, here comes them. I talked about Bohemian Grove and they're coming. You know what I mean? Because it was like, it gets crazy. So they're like, just ride with him. It's right down the street, right? I'm like, all right, don't put me in this motherfucker's car. They're like, just be cool. It's right down the street, whatever. And they put me in the back of this guy's cop car, and he's got the plexiglass. I'm not proud of this, but he's got the plexiglass across the back and the chain link fence. It's like both. So I'm in the back of his car, and he either smirks at me or he says something or he does something that just makes me madder than a motherfucker, bro, and scared, right? So I'm scared and mad. It's like a bad combo. So I'm like, what do I do to get my handcuffs? So I just take my head and I smack it as hard as I can against this fucking grate, and it busts open, and I start leaking, and I hit it again, pow, and it busts open again. I'm pouring blood on myself to I look
crazy.
Extra crazy. Every time I hit it, it split.
You justified.
Listen, exactly. You know what's funny too, because I didn't expect it to open up so easily. I guess because of the little grates,
Yeah.
I hit it, dude, and it would split. I hit it 3 times, it split all 3 times, and I had no shirt on, but I had shorts on, and I had pictures of those shorts because they're covered. So he ended up having to pull me over, and I don't know if they ended up strapping me down to an ambulance or what the fuck happened, but they ended up shooting me up with something, and I woke up, in the hospital. But yeah, I justified everything that exactly. It was like, I was crazy.
What was that? So your mom went to a judge?
So my mom,
that was enough for them to be able to do all that?
Yes.
Or did you do something on the scene that made that change this?
I was combative.
But still, they came to you off of some he said,
like a wellness check.
And to help. Right. Well, it's called a 5150. So
it's not a wellness check.
A wellness check is different. Okay. But again, I didn't even really know about this shit then, and I was out of my mind. So I'm like, you guys can't do this. I thought they were breaking the law. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I'm just
sounds like it.
Yeah, so it's called a 5150. You can be court ordered to be taken to a psychiatric hospital for a minimum of 72 hours to be watched. Okay, so you have to you have to threaten to harm yourself or threaten to harm someone else. Okay, so now they believe you're a danger to yourself or someone else.
But again, we're only taking a third party's word for it at this point, right? Even though it is your mother, still, like, it's a third party.
That's a great point.
When I got arrested for when I was growing weed, like, they had, like, the idea that we were growing weed, but they had to take our trash and find an actual evidence in the trash to be able to, like, get the fucking
warrant.
Yeah,
to
dude,
come
like,
in.
I walked out to meet them. Actual human.
If I stayed in my house, maybe, but they're worried about. Yeah, exactly. No, I agree.
That is kind of.
But I also, who knows what I said, right?
Fair,
because here's the thing. Here's the thing. To be fair,
it's probably an investigation, and then them.
Well, I was
they
talking.
Saw you
there was no investigation, right? They came to look, and then it saw me, and if they came there, and I was like, "Gentlemen, what's going on?" You know, they probably would have not taken me. When I walked out, bug-eyed with the shirt off, like, "What the fuck are y'all doing here?"
They probably peeked in and saw the house, and
yeah. I mean, it just was a bad look. But my mom got me court ordered because she thought I was going to hurt myself or someone else because I told her I might.
Right.
You know,
I told her, I said,
everyone in the world might. Our brains are fragile things, dude. People like
this is what's frustrating to me about the suicide thing. It's like people think that if you've ever thought about suicide, you have like a mental illness, and it's like, to me, it's crazy.
If you've never
thought
about suicide, you're a liar.
I don't think so. People always talk about intrusive thoughts.
Not everyone
really.
does.
I just thought it was like a thing. Like everyone thinks about like
they do, but a lot of them don't admit it.
Okay.
That's a fact.
Well, maybe I'm thinking of it differently. Maybe I'm thinking of like you driving over a bridge and be like, if I just yank the wheel to the right.
Yeah, that's a little different. That's just an intrusive thought. Right, that's different. That's
not the same level as like, damn, what would it be like if I wasn't here anymore?
Right, shit like that. Exactly.
Dude, that's I feel like you need like for like a murder, you need like planning. You need to like see some kind of like I could say any off fucking
so for a murder where the crime is actually already committed, they need less, right? They need this or they need more. They need more when the crime's done, right? And then it's like, yeah, you're right. It seems like my rights were violated, but it's a thing here. It's called it's not. It's called a 5150.
I mean, you were alive. You weren't. Was anyone else at the house? So was anyone else in danger besides you?
Well, there was someone in the house, but they didn't know that.
All right, that's fine. But like, and you were alive, so like, you weren't taking your life currently. Like, what was like?
They need, it's a thing they can do. They can go get you looked at by doctors. And here's what's fucked up. They took me to the psychiatric place, and the drugs come out of my system, and I kind of start to snap too. And they're like, "Yeah, you need to keep taking this medicine. We diagnosed you with all kind of shit, and if you don't take this, we're gonna keep you here." Basically. So for a couple of days, I wasn't taking the medicine, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on there. And the nurses were like, "Yeah, if you refuse this medicine, it's going to be against medical advice, and they're going to keep you here longer." So I'm like, "So I have to take these pills?" And they're like, one nurse told me.
How'd they make you feel?
Dude, I felt insane. Like, I already was feeling crazy, right? Like, you know, I'm a drug-induced psychosis, and I'm just starting to get out of that. And then they got me on fucking 5-6 pills daily, and I have no idea what they are. No clue. I mean, they gave me.
They would just do like some kind of mental like number, like something to make you like just docile, basically.
Alpha
like,
brain.
Well, that's part of it for sure. And then some of these guys in there were like, you know, if being in the psych ward will make you crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not crazy, bro, going to Bon Secours, which is where I went,
you can't even plead your case. I'm not crazy. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I heard it.
Yeah.
So, you can't plead. Yeah,
I'm getting self-conscious. I feel like I always talk about the psych ward, but
it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, but the smacking my head on the thing, a lot of people don't know about that. I came out with stitches. Well, when I woke up, I was stitched up. I had 3 things of stitches.
Can you come up with any more motivation other than like you're just out of your mind? Like, do you think you were like, this guy's gonna have to clean up all this mess? Ha ha ha! I don't know. Like, what
for
the
what?
fuck?
For what?
For slamming your head. I knew
he would have to pull over.
Okay.
I knew he couldn't keep taking me to the house.
Obviously, there's thoughts. Like,
yeah. I'm like, let me just freak the fuck out, and I bet you he pulls over. I bet you I can make that. I bet you this motherfucker doesn't make it to the jail with me. That's all I wanted was to get out of this scenario. I can't reach him.
Right.
I can't jump out. So I'm like, let me. Yeah,
I didn't even think that much. Bohemian's Grove.
Huh?
You were so close to Bohemian's Grove. He was taking you there.
Yeah, I was learning.
You about to go
much.
Learning.
And the thing was I was being way too honest. You know, like the truth is about society is everything's kind of sugar coated. You know, if you really talk about like. First of all, if I might kill myself, that's my business. It's like, let me fucking kill myself, first of all. Second of all, I'm not going to. Third of all, honestly, though, I do get it. It was a scary time, and she was worried about me. But
do you remember the first time you've ever had to go to, like, drug classes?
Bro, I was young.
Everyone,
14.
but, like, if you don't lie and be like, oh, like, it was just a one-time thing. It was just happened to be at the... dude, you have to fucking lie.
Yeah.
You have to lie.
Yeah.
If you tell them I smoke weed all the time, like, they lump you into a thing, and it's dude.
You're
you have to
incentivized
fucking
to
lie.
lie. Yeah,
You cannot tell the truth.
You can't be
In
too honest,
America?
bro. They'll lock you up.
Fuck no.
That's what I make the joke. I say, if you're too honest, they'll lock you the fuck away.
Yeah.
Jesus found out he was God and they crucified him for it. You heard me? hey, louder in the back. You heard me?
Yeah.
I want to do this segment where we ask a black person questions.
Okay.
I just need to get questions from white people. I think it'll be funny.
That is actually a fucking hilarious.
It's funny, and it'll be funny. And I'll have my own ones that I'll toss in there.
Maybe you get a real black guy.
I mean, if I find one. if I find one. Dude, a hood-ass black guy with like some golds.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
I'm white black.
Somebody with a bullet wound.
I have a question.
You'd be a lot more hood if you had a bullet wound.
What's up with the pluralization of all the words? Like
Blacks?
people
For
put,
blacks?
They put S.
Oh, he's
they
waiting.
put
He's
a-
like, actually,
they put
he
an
has a
S.
list. He pulls out a
Blacks,
list.
whites.
Just saying, like, or like my man's, my whatever.
man's in
There's
there.
an S on
That's mine.
everything.
That's
my
mine.
mom's, my
That's my
mom's, that's
mom's.
mine's. Yeah, I
Because
mean,
we have to remix the white shit.
that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
We just
You
remix
guys
whatever
do a
y'all
good
say.
job of it, to be
Or
fair.
we'll take
It sounds cool, don't
It's
it?
a way,
They sound so
yeah.
much cooler cussing, too. Black people just sound like when they're good at it, you know?
Yeah.
It just sounds good coming off the tongue.
Yeah,
And saying the
bro.
N-word sounds cool as hell.
I
do it all the time when no one's around.
It enhances everything.
So-
It enhances the beef. It
The
enhances
joke.
the joke.
It does.
enhances
The bar.
It enhances everything.
Yeah.
Yo, I always think it's funny when rappers rhyme nigga with nigga because it's
Oh
just
my
like,
God, it happens so much.
It happens so
It
much.
happens so much. People have a gripe with that too. Like people who aren't into rap, they're like, "This all they do is rhyme the N-word."
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like, that's pretty reductive. But also a lot of N-word. What
I
else?
was
You got
gonna-
questions for a white person? Mayo's not spicy. Everyone thinks we don't
Oh,
think
yeah.
it's spicy.
Do you put raisins in the potato salad?
Fuck no. I don't make potato salad.
I don't eat potato salad or raisins.
Yeah.
You know what's funny though? Like because I live in a
Someone
majority.
said raisins are just grape jerky.
Yeah,
That was so
that's
funny.
good.
Sorry.
That's good.
That wasn't mine. That was one line. I thought that was so funny.
But it's funny when I see like white people.
Yeah, it is funny.
Just like white
White people
how
are fucking
Black
goofy.
Twitter thinks of like white people and like you know what I mean? Like live in a majority white community. I like
Yeah.
actually have interactions with
Yeah,
white people. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just funny how like black people think like white people can't cook. Like,
Yeah.
raisins in the potato salads. Like, I've been
Uh-huh.
to a lot of cookouts. I ate a lot of white people's potato salad. I ain't
Yeah.
seen no fucking
Well,
raisins.
I'm half black, kind of.
There's no one past. No.
No.
Well, didn't everyone like originate from Africa or something?
There we go.
I don't.
There we go.
I
Talk
don't know.
about it.
anything. I don't know.
African-American. Mike.
The motherland. The motherland. That's why they call
We're
it
the
that.
fatherland. We're gender neutral here. And if this doesn't work,
But that wouldn't make you black. You would just be African.
God damn it, I'd be like
something.
Elon Musk.
I don't know what you would be.
So
You're
South
still just
African Americans,
I'm
and they're
shocked.
racist as hell in South
You
America.
ever? There's a guy that a white. Fucking forget his name.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Nah, he's in the UFC. And
Dana White.
He's from South Africa, but he was born and raised there. And he was saying he's the true African king. And he's supposed to fight Izzy.
He's a white dude.
White dude. True,
True
African,
African
king.
king.
He's supposed to
That's
fight
clever.
Izzy. And he calls Izzy like a poser and shit like that. I remember when Izzy did that presser and was like saying nigga and it was real uncomfortable for everybody. That's who he was talking to.
Okay.
He's like, say it now, nigga. Since you an African king, say it
Right,
now.
right,
nigga."
right,
It was
right.
like real uncomfortable. Everybody was Joe Rogan's like, not again.
Yeah, me and Mike made a joke that someone's gonna make a compilation of like every time I said I'm thinking myself on the podcast. It'd be like a Joe Rogan N-word clip, but just me talking about suicide. It'd be like 40 minutes long. You
It
know.
would be very long.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap it up.
All right, let's wrap it up. Thanks for coming to check it out. We really appreciate it. We've had over 200 watch hours, which is cool. So
right.
200 hours of people's lives were dedicated to me rambling about nothing.
That's 8
Swinging
days.
the mic back and forth and you're trying to talk
and
on it.
swinging the mic back and forth. See, he's better with the discipline with the mic. Subscribe here. Subscribe
I like
there.
the ending you did on the last podcast.
Mike did.
No, I'm talking about what you said.
What'd I do?
Do it. Subscribe. Do it for Sheila.
Don't do it for me. Do it for Sheila.
You should end every podcast. That way.
Okay, bet.
Also, where did you?
Don't do it for me. Do it for
Real-
Sheila.
real
The blood's
quick.
on your hands.
Real quick.
Just hit the subscribe fucking button.
Where'd you find that guy?
Which guy?
The guy that hikes and pushes his life to the. That's a white thing.
Grindr.
That's a white thing. mountains.
Oh yeah.
That's a white thing.
People will like
You
climb
guys are
mountains.
you guys are so safe.
We have to create our own problems.
You have to create your own problems.
danger.
Dude,
your own
people
dangers.
will climb mountains and they're like, okay, this is fine, but why not try without the ropes?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Or
You don't have to go to the extreme every time.
Or how
guy.
about that white guy that's like, the elections were fake. I'm scaling this
white
building.
guy.
Like, what the fuck? I'm free scaling this building.
That'll show 'em.
God, dude.
Yeah, white people just find danger.
Yeah,
Oh,
we do.
self-immolation? No black guy ever.
Never.
You'll
I was thinking that. I meant to say that.
see a black
That
guy
is so
set
weak.
himself on fire
That
on
is the
purpose.
epitome of white shit.
Barbecuing, maybe.
That is the epitome of white shit. A black person might set a white person on fire for the cause.
Set some trash on some other shit. Cop car on fire.
Yeah.
You know? But myself, y'all got me fucked up.
That's how we make change. Burn it down.
Yeah.
Not burn us up.
This guy said, I'm going to burn me down.
Yeah, burn me down.
He
All
wasn't
right.
with it.
That's
All right,
the
bro.
podcast.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Subscribe here. Click on this to subscribe. Click on that to see the next video. Don't do it for me. Do it for Sheila.
Cheers.